The rhetoric around Northern Powerhouse has changed. That rhetoric belonged more to previous Conservative governments, but I don't think the ambition has, and I think you can see it in the government's levelling up agenda, and that certainly hasn't disappeared despite the deviation that we have taken through the coronavirus pandemic.
The Northern Powerhouse was a narrative of a Conservative Chancellor at the time, who's now our chair, George Osborne, and still very much a supporter of the project. But that project is now owned by us here in the North, by our business leaders, by our civic leaders, by our metro mayors. And rightly, the government isn't just going to be able to decide whether levelling up, which is their kind of political project, constitutes enough to achieve that Northern Powerhouse vision of a rebalanced economy.
I think the government will put a big emphasis on infrastructure investment, and the idea of infrastructure investment across the North is clearly a critical part of that, as well as being a critically important part of the whole Northern Powerhouse concept.
This is not to diminish the kind of importance of infrastructure, like full fibre to the premises, which is something it takes 5 weeks to train someone to lay full fibre. We could do quickly. That money was already going to be spent by the government. That's about accelerating existing plans, or for instance, building projects like Northern Powerhouse Rail and HS2 as part of the new high-speed rail network. Clearly those things are still important, but I think the public also sees that Northern Powerhouse agenda needs to be broader than perhaps where it started over 5 years ago now.